Verily the creation of each one of you is brought together in his mother's womb for 40 days. And this is from now we know in science that this is the place where the embryo develops into a fetus and the concept of birth starts there. How does it start? The hadith continues, أربعين يوما نطفة. Nutfatan is that form of drop, which we can generally call it a sperm. Then the hadith tells us ثم يكون علقة, then it becomes a alaqa. Now alaqa in the Arabic language gives us three meanings. Okay, we can derive three meanings from the word alaqa in itself. The first meaning, that it is like a leech. Okay, this is a metaphor that's given, that the sperm having grown for 40 days, it becomes like a leech. And the human embryo and the leech, they have some sort of similarities. Firstly is they have a similarity within its shape. So if you see the shape of a leech, after the first 40 days, then that is what the human embryo looks like. And now science has proven it and shown us photographs of it. The second similarity that they have is, just as the leech takes blood from a person, similarly that alaqa takes blood for nutrients and for its nourishment in order to grow. The second meaning that the word alaqa can take is a suspended thing. And this refers to the suspension of that alaqa within the womb. This is why for those people that are going in pregnancy, the first 2 months of pregnancy are very volatile. They could go either way. It is this suspension period. And again, science has told us that most miscarriages that happen within the first 2 months. Because this is that suspension period where any sudden movement can cut off this suspension that it has with the placenta. The third meaning that the word alaqa could have is a blood clot. And this is because of the appearance that the embryo has. It's like a blood clot. And this is due to the large amount of blood which is present within the alaqa at that particular time. And it is that large amount of blood that gives it its nourishment that it requires, from which it grows. So whichever one of these three meanings that we take from it, it shows a progressive state within the development of the embryo. And science has proven that. Then it continues to say, ثُمَّ يَكُونُ مُضْغَةً مِثْلَ ذَلِكَ. Then it becomes a mudgha. Now a mudgha is like a chewed-like substance. Okay, it's like a chewed substance. And again, if you look at pictures from scientific pictures that have been taken and photographs, you will see these very clearly done. That it looks like there's some teeth marks at the back of it, and the way it comes forth is like a mudgha, like a piece of flesh that has some marks on the back of it. This often resembles like a chewing gum that has teeth marks left inside it. Hence its appearance is very much like it. And science has told us that the somites at the back of the embryo, which somewhat resemble the teeth marks in the chewed substance, hence that word which is given, which is mudgha in the Arabic language. Then the development further takes place. ثُمَّ يُرْسِلَ إِلَيْهِ الْمَلَكُ فَيُنْفَخُ فِيهِ الرُّوحُ. Then comes to it the angel, and that's something that's mentioned in your translation, or similar period. Then an angel is sent to him, which breathes the ruh, the spirit, into him. And this again is one of the jobs of this particular angel. Similarly, we have other angels that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created with different tasks, and He's telling us that every angel has its own task which is given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just as we have angels that are holding the skies, we have angels that are giving us rain, we have angels that take the ruh, the soul of an individual, we have angels that take the salawat that we read on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and take it and present it to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We also have this angel who goes and places the ruh within the fetus that is growing. This is approximately 120 days later. So this again also gives us many rulings with regards to the concept of abortion. Okay, once the ruh is placed within the fetus, thereafter it is impermissible for the concept of abortion to take place. Then the ulama mentioned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could have decreed for a woman to give birth without these long stages. This is also a possibility that could have happened. However, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not will it that way. But what has been apparent from this process is that wisdom can be seen within these stages. For example, the lessening of hardship, because it's a growing process, that a woman could have endured a sudden death. But this also reflects to the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that as a female is pregnant and as she's going through those stages of pregnancy, then she develops a relationship with that child at the same time. But also at the same time give thanksgiving to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this blessing.